They were to go through taking an oath. This oath ama mwihito kana kunywa muma ya kwamba all the childish activities wana ulimu wa wana tumeachana nayo. If I tell you what you are going to get there, I'm not going to understand whether you are coward or not. But if you are ambushed, that's the moment now you know the cowards are those who are brave. So for them to be not to identify the cowards, then they are to be taken without their knowledge. You hold your hands, you hold your fist, and the thumb between the two fingers. Between the two fingers. Then you face the sky, and elbows over the heels. You face the sky. And the other one, you put your legs apart.
Aye.
Then they will use some cold water. They were called the axe water. Cold water and sprinkles that they nerve to nerve the nerves and also to prevent the bleeding.
As we continue with our Unshaved Conversation series, where we talk all things men in honor of No Shave November, we cannot ignore one very important aspect in a man's life, where the boy becomes a man. Today, we talk about rite of passage in Kenya, how it is practiced across different communities, why it is important, and why it is still practiced today. We have an expert with us today. His name is Albert Mwangi. Over the years, he has aided in this transition, and today he helps us unpack it all. Thank you so much for having us today.
Yes.
So for those who do not know you, or for those who might see you for the first time today, who is Albert Mwangi?
Albert Mwangi is a psychologist, counseling psychologist, who deals with counseling and also is a trainer in the Vicar School of Medical and Sciences. And for a time now, I have been carrying out rite of passage among the boys and also interacting with those people who have been carrying out this particular activity. And it is a very noble activity where boys transit into adulthood, of which we are going to unpack it today.
So, Albert, for someone who's hearing the word rite of passage for the first time, how would you describe this?
Rite of passage is a ceremony that is carried out in many communities. When you talk about ceremony, or rite of passage, or the rites, is something that happens. One, there is the initiation, there is birth, there is marriage, and there is death. All these activities, all these events are being alleged according to a specific community. If give an example in Mount Kenya region where we are today, I just give a reference, Mount Kenya region. Then let's start with the birth of a boy child. The birth of a boy child was identified through what we call gemi in Kikuyu. They were given 5
relations.
Relations. They were given 5 relations. Then from there, the men who are outside knows that the boy
has been born.
Then from there, that's the first the rite of passage. He has gone through from now, he has been born now, he's a man. Then from there, we have now the rite of passage that we're talking about, the initiation or circumcision. We call it in Kikuyu, Irua. And this one was done in boys who are now in teenage. And it was being organized in a way that it created a ceremony the whole day. So a whole day ceremony. And women and men would dance. And the songs that were danced, there were some songs that were associated with sexual relationship. Songs that maybe today you cannot sing them because they are so much sexual oriented.
Why is that?
It was to help these young men learn how to associate with the girls without, or associate with the other sex, that's the female sex, without defining themselves. So they were taking that so that now you're becoming a man, not to initiate yourself in sexual immorality before getting married. That was the significance of those songs. You cannot sing them today because sometimes it is not good. Let me say, they were sung by those particular time. Then, after all this has been done, if you can trace back our culture, even though it has been eroded by the current situation with the Christianity, the formal education, all these things have eroded our culture, and our culture is slowly dying, and almost now it's complete. Initially, when the boys came to an age of 15 years, 16 years, up to something 18 years, they were taken for initiation. And in some community, let's say, according to the clans, they were to go and ask permission from their uncle. They go to the uncle, mostly from the mother side.
Why is that?
The reason is, you go to your uncle because he is the one who is so close to you. Your uncle is the one who is so close to you because of the blood from your mother. Because of the blood from your mother. You are so close to them. But if you go to your father, there is no that close relationship. And mostly, you can find that uncles support their sister's son more than the men. So you just go there, then the uncle accepts by either giving you something. It is not easy to visit your uncle and come out of your uncle's place with it barehanded. You are given something to bring it home to acknowledge that your uncle have accepted you to go for circumcision. You know, there is something that is always said in our community, in Kikuyu community, that if you abuse your uncle or do something to your uncle, then he scratches the umbilical cord, that you are sort of cursed. So your uncle is a very significant figure in your life. In Kikuyu culture, uncle is very significant figure. So from there, then the culture is now organized. Now the rite of passage, how is this going to be happen? Then all these boys that are going to be circumcised, they are brought together. When they are being brought together, they have what we call now the ceremony now. The ceremony begins. There is blowing of the horns, making sounds so that people to understand what is happening. If the sound, you hear the sound, you understand now it is time for circumcision. Then they are brought together, all of them, because they are organized according to the age group. Rika. It is called what we call Rika in Kikuyu. Then they come together. Then during that particular time, they were brought together. Then after singing and dancing, they were given a task to do to appoint the leader of the group. It was not easy. They were given a race to run for 2 miles from where you are to where a mogumo tree is or mutamayu. You just land to that place and girls follows. The first one to arrive at that particular tree and climb was to be made the group leader. Now that is the leader of that particular group. Then all boys will climb to that particular tree. Ladies who are going to be initiated, they will be left down there.
Ladies who are being initiated.
Yeah, they will come to them how they were done. Then they will start plucking leaves from that particular tree. And ladies will collect those leaves and putting them in bunches. Then they come down. Then they walk back to the home yard where they were supposed to be circumcised. Then the song keeps on. Then there is a ratio that goes on, whereby they are taken an oath. They were to go through taking an oath. This word, ama mwihito kana kunywa muma, ya kwamba all the childish activities wana ulimu wa wana tumeachana nayo. Number 2, I'm going to be a responsible man in my community. Number 3, I will respect everybody in the community. Then I will be there and give my responsibility or accept everything that supports the community. That if community calls you to go to war, you are ready. If the community is carrying out an activity, you are there. You are not going to isolate yourself. You are going to work as a team. Lastly, and very important, I will never reveal the secrets of our community. And even today, those people who are circumcised through the cultural way, you cannot reveal that to uncircumcised. Even those people who go to be circumcised, they don't know where they are going. They don't actually know the activity that is going to take place there.
Don't you think this education is important for them to understand what is going to happen to them first before they go there?
there's one thing. If I tell you what you're going to get there, I'm not going to understand whether you are coward or not. But if you are ambushed, that's the moment now you know the cowards are those who are brave. So for them to be not to identify the cowards, then they have to be taken without their knowledge. But they know they want to go. They know they are going to circumcise. Then they are taken to the river very early in the morning. Very early in the morning, when they say at the cockcrow, that's around Satisa, they get into the river with their twigs. Remember, they got twigs from the Mugumo tree, from the sacred tree. Those twigs are the ones that they are going to use at the river. They get into the river very early in the morning and they start to washing. Then they throw away the twigs in the river. And they say, all the childish activity has been gone with the river. And we shall never again go back to being a child. So now I am an adult and behave like an adult. Then they get out of the river and the songs continue. Now they are going towards the circumcision area. They don't look behind. Because the moment you look behind, it is like you are calling your childish to come back or calling back of bad men. Then, very early, after they have taken there, then everybody with a sponsor, already with a sponsor, call it mutiri. In general, they are called mutiri. But in particular, Aredi's mutiri of Aredi was called, was given a name. And that particular name was called, it is, I remember it, I tell you. Then in the men, it was called Fafawakia Huini. Fafawakia Huini. That means Safala is your father. On the other side, Mutiri lady was also a lady who you cannot hide anything. You could give every information. Whenever she comes to you, you give information. Whenever you have a problem, you go and tell her. The Wakiuru was called Wakiuru. During the circumcision of this particular lady, what was being taken was the clitoris. And the clitoris was called Rongozo. They cut it. And during the cutting of that particular part of the body, the motiri would behind you, holding you, there's no body movement. And the lady, when walking to that particular area, they used to hold their hands. You hold your hands, you hold your fist, and the thumb between the two fingers. Between the two fingers. Then you face the sky, and elbows were like this. You face the sky. And the other one, you put your legs apart. Then they would use some cold water. They were called the axe water. Cold water and sprinkles that they nerve to nerve the nerves, and also to prevent the bleeding. So the ladies could not feel pain. And the same applied with men. And the men were to face up, and they bite their lower limb. You bite your lower limb facing the sky. And you should not look at the one who is circumcising you. You face the sky. And there should be no single sign that there is something happening.
Surely.
There should be no single sign indicating that you are either afraid or any communication. The way you have faced the sky, you remain like that. Even if you are cut, you remain like that.
And how long does the cutting take?
Even if the cutting is painful, don't show that you are feeling pain. The moment you show pain, then you are given a name, Kerogi. Kerogi is a coward. And within that particular age group, you may not even get someone to marry because you are coward. And we need strong men. That's why I told you, it is not necessary that you are told what you are going to see or to find. It is you to discover
when you're there.
You are there. That's why during the initial stage, you are given an oath never to reveal.
To reveal.
So the moment you get out of that particular place, you never reveal. Then these particular boys, and girls, they are taken their home state.
You haven't told us what part is cut.
Amen.
Because in girls, you've told us it's the clitoris.
Yeah.
What about the men?
The main part that are cut is the foreskin of the penis. The foreskin they are cut 7 times.
Okay.
7 times. And there is a part of it that was left hanging. It was called the guati. If you see those old Kiku men that were circumcised traditionally, they are that particular part that hangs. It's called the guati. And sometimes they say got it to help during sex. It creates pressure. It creates pressure. Then after cutting those parts, 9 parts, then you are given your sponsor to go with you at home for 8 days. During those particular 8 days, the parents could not have any sexual relationship. The parents, your father and your mother should not having any sexual relationship.
Why?
Because it is a taboo. To say it's a taboo, then your child will not get healed faster.
Oh, wow.
That's their beliefs. They believe like that your child will not heal faster. So they are to abstain. Then after 8 days, then this particular young man is brought to their parents. After that particular duration.
So the parent won't see this child in these 8 days.
These 8 days, there is no sin of that particular. There is no visitation. Only the person who is sponsoring you, or Mutiri, is the one who is feeding you and doing everything for you. Then after 8 days, he continue coming to you, but now there is now interaction with the community. Now, that is now the initial stages of how the rite of passage was done this particular time.
Yeah.
But coming to the current time, so that you can come to the significance on all that. The current situation, our culture was not documented. The only person who documented our culture was Johnston Kamau. And Johnston Kamau was the former president, Jomo Kenyatta. In 1938, published a book called Facing Mount Kenya. If you go through that particular book written by Johnston Kamau, you can see most of our cultures being documented. But the reason that our culture was not documented, it is not easy for us to support our culture. That's why nowadays, you find people who are doing rite of passage in Muranga are doing differently with those who are in Kiambu. But they are all Kikuyus. But if you look at this culture, they conflict because there was no documentation. The culture was not documented. If you look at Israel culture, the culture of Israel, because of documentation in the Bible, you cannot alter even a single word. Because it is written. You are just reading it. But the word of mouth, you can change throughout. Because now, if at all the culture is one, why are we having all conflicts?
Different versions.
Different versions. Before you are allowed to be circumcised by your parents, you are to draw something. A big tree or a tall tree which is nearing your home. You are told to stand somewhere by your father and you throw a stone over that particular tree to see whether you are strong enough. So they used to practice so that when the circumcision comes, you are allowed to go for circumcision. Because the moment you are not able to do that, they used to close that particular period. They may close it using a child of 5 years. So everybody else, you can get circumcised with this one to get the gap between age groups. Get that particular gap. They used to select a young boy who is maybe, the difference between them was supposed to be 7 years. So they put a young man, a boy, and they say, now, circumcision will open to you together with this particular boy. Imagine.
Surely, just because you did not.
Imagine you are 14, and now you are going to be circumcised with a boy of 21.
Surely.
That's how it was.
It was unfair.
It was unfair, but that was the culture. That was how they used to do it. So you have to, if you are 14 or 15, you have to be very active and make sure you are able to achieve. That's how men were made. It was not easy to prove yourself a man, because men are people carrying the responsibility of the community. So they were trained hard way. That's why even the circumcision of a boy, young man, was not easily like that of a girl. Well, for a boy was so painful. It was through painful. Because even that particular part I've told you that was called in court, it was to be in a finua. Every day, that material viewers could come and start squeezing that particular wood. There was no soothing. It was so painful. It was so painful.
You can imagine.
It was so painful. To prove that you are going to be a responsible man. Let's look at the men we are having nowadays. They cannot even hold a girlfriend. They cannot even do, they are so weak. This is because in initial stages, when you talk about rite of passage, you are passing from one stage to another. How are you passing that particular stage? If you are weak, you pass that particular, you are still weak. Then how are you going to support the community? You're not going to, you are not able to support the community. So let's look at the importance of this particular rite of passage. We look at that particular rite of passage. That is the traditional way, how it was done. Nowadays, how is it done? Churches are doing it. The elders are doing it. That is from the Kiama, that is from the Kikuyu culture setup. And also, there are those other people who are doing it. And they have only one target, to circumcise the boy and to educate the boy. But how are we doing it? We talk about rite of passage. It's a ceremony or rituals mark important stages. Then when you look at these particular stages that we have talked about, we talk about the birth of a boy, the initiation stage. We also have the death of this particular young man during that particular time. In the community, death was something that was not given value. If somebody dies, was to be taken outside the family community or outside the home yard, then it was eaten by hyena.
Okay.
There was no burying of people. I think that's the reason that I find most of the places where Kikuyu are, hyenas are still there. Because they know their ancestors used to feed on. They're from these people. But nowadays they're not giving them.
They're wondering what happened, what changed?
You know, during now when colonialism came, the missionaries and this, our culture was now doomed and was taken, this is primitive. We are called primitive.
But don't you think,
yes,
in all honesty, even as we try to preserve the culture, some of the things that were done, like throwing away a dead person because you do not see value in them, was that not primitivity?
It was primitivity, but they had no, that's the knowledge they had of disposing the dead person. But other tribes, they used to bury their own. But in Kikuyu community, there was no burying. Even the one that we do nowadays, we are adopt. If you go and see how people are burying their own, sometimes the head should be faced like this, others say like this, but because it was not their culture. Their culture was to throw away the dead. Even not only to throw away the dead, even if you are unconsciously sick, they could not allow you to die in the house.
Sure.
They take you outside there and light a fire beside you. Because now with the fire, the hyenas will not come. But the moment that the fire goes out and you have not recovered, they will eat you. You are gone.
What if you're not dead by the time the fire is going out?
If you are able to come back home, it's okay.
Sure.
If you can crawl and come back home, you're okay. But if you are not, and the fire goes out, and you are still unconscious, then the hyenas will eat you. That's what was happening.
That's inhumane. It is.
That's the knowledge they had. Actually, that is the knowledge that's how the knowledge that they had. Now, then the marriage. During this particular part of the Kikuyu community, when the man gets to get married, then you just go and get ready. And mostly, this group, Rika, there is Rika. There is Rika now, for instance, in this Makongeni area. Then there is Rika in Landless. You got a lady in Makongeni, and you come from Landless. You will send a person from your age group to go and investigate that particular lady that you have got. Go investigate for you. Think, I have gotten somebody in your area. How is he? Then they investigate for you. Then they come and give you a report. That lady is good. Then you go and report to your father. Then your father will tell you, is that clan, are we compatible with that particular clan? If no, you are told, we don't marry with that particular clan. Look for another one.
How will they engage compatibility?
They knew, for instance, we have the 9 clans. There are Ajiko, Ashera,
Anjiru.
Yeah. So you can find that in Ajiko, they don't marry Agoi.
Oh.
So you get a lady from Agoi, you are told no. We don't marry from that particular
clan.
We are not compatible. So you get another place. Then the moment the parents are comfortable, then they bring goats. And goats they are brought. Even the other part, they whose goats are these? Then the lady will say, they are mine. Maybe it's Wanjiko who is there. Wanjiko will say, the goats. Do you know these goats? Yes.
So the lady who's coming to be betrothed has not told the parents that someone is coming?
No. They just see goats. Then You know, the ladies, they don't disclose most of their things. So you have to get way so that this lady can disclose. So the goats were the ways of this lady to disclose. So whose goats are these? Then the lady will say to the father, they are mine. From where? Then she is told. The father is told where the goats comes from. If the father is not comfortable with that particular family, we tell them, no.
Oh, go back with your goats.
Yes. But if it go, then they take the goats. Then now the stages of marriage now begins. Negotiation, the dowry and everything. Then when everything is complete, there is no single day that you are going to be given that lady by the parents. The lady is going to be sent to fetch water or something like that. Then your age group, that age group, your Rika, they come and hold you. Kuli kama ubeba kuli zinaangushwa unabeba.
Unapelekwa kwa bwana yako.
But you know where you are being taken. Yeah. You know, you are not going to take yourself there, but you are going to be carried by these young men. They take you there. That's how the marriage was. It was so simple.
That is interesting.
It was so simple. That's how the marriage was. After negotiation, everything, then you are taken. Then let's come to the importance of this particular importance of rite of passage. Then you have cultural importance. Prevention of heritage. We prevent how to secure our heritage. Rites of passage transmits cultural values. It transmits cultural values. Now we say it. Remember that initially we talk about the oath. That I'm going to be, I respect everybody. I will not disclose. I will be a responsible man. I'm going to
leave all the childish behaviors.
Yeah, all those things. Then it has to trickle down all that.
From generation to generation.
From generation to generation. From generation to generation. That's why I said, the problem we had was that there was no documentation. So the information was verbal information. Then there is cultural continuity. Number 2 is cultural continuity, whereby the practice have sustained community identity and sense of belonging through the culture. Saying that particular community establishes itself that this is our culture, but we do it in this form of way. This is the way we carry out our activities. This is the way we do it. Then all this helps the belonging of that culture to be maintained.
Sense of belonging.
Yeah, the sense of belonging. Then you have moral training. Then during this particular initiation, boys who are being individual taught virtues and courage and honesty. And most of the things is the honesty, the courage, and also the responsibility. If you look at nowadays, our men, I don't know whether I'll be biased to say that men you're having today are not like the men that we used to be ourselves.
Why is that? Why is that? Why do you say that?
Because you see them, the way they handle issues, even the way they handle their wives. Some of them, they're not responsible. You find ladies complaining, maybe a wife or a woman complaining that my husband has not provided. And it's a full responsibility of a man to provide. There is nowhere in our community that women used to provide. Even if your wife is working, make sure you're providing for her. And it's your responsibility. I just want to tell the men, it is your full responsibility to take, to provide, no matter what. Even if your wife is a governor and you are just a laborer somewhere, make sure you provide for that governor. Everything she needs.
Good point.
Yeah, make sure you provide, because that is your responsibility. Then number 2 is respect. They lack respect. Not only men, and also women. They lack respect. We talk about respect throughout parenting. Respect is the one that is breaking marriages. And also responsibility and honesty. When we talk about honesty here, mostly it affects men. But to an extent, even if you are not honest, maybe extramarital activity or such things, you're not doing with the man, you're doing with the lady. So both of them are not honest. So talk about honesty is 2 sides. And most of the time, during this culture, ladies were given, they were told how to behave when they are with a man. And there was no sexual relationship in that particular time. There was no sexual relationship. So when you get married to a man, you are married a man who was virgin and a lady who was virgin. But nowadays, it is not easy to get such scenarios because none of us are honest. The honesty and trust are not there. Then there is cultural education. Right of service, formal education systems where the youth learn to community norms. Then during this particular time of rite of passage, these young men are taken through the community norms, how to behave, how to be a man, and also what to do and what not to do. And during this particular time is when now you are being prepared to be a man. And a lady is being prepared to be a woman. Let's use it. A girl is prepared to be a woman. And a boy is prepared to be a man. Now, let's look at these two people. There is a man and there is a woman. And everybody has a responsibility within the community. There's a responsibility of a man. There's also a responsibility of a woman. And all these, there is also the gender role of a man and the gender role of a lady. So sometimes you find men doing the role of a woman and the woman doing the role of a man. You even wonder, now where are we? And just this is always brought by the way we say we are civilized world. Now you are civilized world.
Sharing roles.
Yeah, sharing roles. But sometimes it is also good to share roles, but to see which roles are you sharing. Especially the role of responsibility. There is nothing you can share the role of responsibility with anyone. For
example, for the women who provide, or let's take an example where the man requests the woman to provide 50-50. I do 50 and you do 50. Do you agree with that?
No. I want to tell you something. A lady belongs to a man. A lady belongs
to a man.
If I marry a governor today, she is earning almost $500,000 or more than that. And I am earning at a come 20,000 or 10,000. I provide to this particular lady. And I carry the whole responsibility. The 1.5 million will come to my account without asking. It is only that men, they don't know how to handle women. These women will just give you everything. Imagine somebody has left his family, her family, come to live with you. She has given herself to you.
That's true.
What else?
What else do you need?
What else do you need?
Good question.
It is only to give, to be responsible. Respect this life, this lady. Provide. You love this particular woman. Provide. And we talk about providing for men. It is good to understand what are they supposed to provide. Men have 3 things to provide. Just 3 things. And we call them 3 P's. You protect your wife. Protect from attack from anywhere. You are the security of your wife. Number 2, you provide. Make sure the makeups, everything that a woman needs, you're giving.
Louder.
Then you profess. This is my dear wife. We have lived with her for the last 20 years. That's those 3 things. You protect, you provide, and you profess. After doing that, then the lady becomes yours.
Be happy. Yes.
The lady becomes yours in totality. And when the lady becomes yours, everything that he's earning belongs to you. So why should you bargain and say that, oh, she's earning more than me? No, it is you who is not able to get to the bottom of your responsibility.
I just wanted us to maybe just talk about the modern initiation, circumcision.
Yes.
Because you've taken us through the cultural part of it.
Yes.
So can we now understand how, in today's world, how initiation happens?
Now instead of using water and going to the liver to nerves our nerves, now they came the drugs that should now we nerve the parts that are being to be cut. And this is what we call medicine. And it is the modern now medical male circumcision. We call it now medical male circumcision. Then after this colonization, we are told that circumcision of female was not good.
True.
It was not good. I think I can say why we used to circumcise girls. The reason was clitoris was believed to be the center of pressure. It is the one that drives for sexual desire. And they believe without clitoris, a lady will not run all over with men. That's why it was being,
so
they were being calmed down. Yeah, that was to reduce them, reduce the pressure.
People have just talked to them, tell them don't have sex before marriage.
That's what they believed. But nowadays, there is no circumcision for girls. But there is this what we call initiation, whereby they are talked about. We talk them, now you are now grown up. Now the modern way of helping these particular boys is now taking them. Instead of taking them now to their parents, you take them, get a boarding facility where they can board. Get a doctor then they are circumcised. After being circumcised, then you get professionals. Somebody who is going to talk about the reality of life. The way they were being taught at that particular time, if you look at it, it is the same. The only thing you have modernized.
Yeah.
Because responsibility is taught today when you think about life skills. Honesty is taught. Respect is there. And also, being a man, being a responsible man, and a man of purpose. The same thing that was taught now, those days are the same things that are taught today.
Right.
The only difference that we have today is that there is no those dancing. But to some extent, you find them some communities they dance. When they are taken, the boys are taken home, there is dancing. Even though there are those songs are not there, the traditional songs, you have that they are shifted to the Christian songs, but it's dancing. During that particular time, there was what was called the gira, whereby you could not now go back to your father's house. You got your own house. Vingira, you call it vingira. Nowadays, don't have those vingiras in maybe in urban setup. Maybe somebody is a single parent, a mother. He has gotten a boy, has been initiated. They are living in one room. What are you going to do? You are not able now to hire a house or to rent a house for this particular boy. But should he be educated in a way to understand the mother or the mother that you're having is not able to rent a house for you. So you live with that particular person. Because initially, a circumcised boy could not live the same house with the mother. No way. Yeah, but nowadays, but in rural areas where they have houses or such things, they can do it. But in urban area, even if we take them for initiation, it is good to advise them that it depends with the family you're coming from. Yeah. That's don't important. Go and tell your mother, no, there is no way. You have to accept the situation of your parent. Or you go and leave your grandmother. But in the urban setup, we cannot now hold that particular culture now.
You talked about medicine.
Yes.
You said that today, when circumcising boys, you're using medicine. When you look at the human body, is there a need for men to be circumcised, or it's just for culture?
Currently, because of hygiene, men need to be circumcised. Even when you look at from the World Health Organization, those people who are affected by HIV, most of those people are not circumcised because of hygiene. But those people who are circumcised, they have low rates of acquiring HIV. So it is very important, because if you look at the foreskin, it is not easy to wash it. It covers the head of the penis, and sometimes it has some dirty areas there that you cannot be able to wash well. And so when that skin is removed, then it is easy to wash it. But if it is not removed, it is not easy to wash it. So it is very important to, even if I was trying to study about other communities, and I found that those communities that don't circumcise by cutting their foreskin, some were removing their teeth, others were scratching their body. But there are ways of making sure that you have jumped from one stage to another. But initially in the Komiki community was a stage. But currently, after the medical practitioners have realized about this, now it is a way of medical way of doing it, so that for cleanliness and also prevention of
even disease. To the other communities.
Yes, not just it is now spreading. It's now spreading all over the communities, so that because of the cleanliness.
And with the way now times are changing, and you said as we progress, our culture is like changing.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, the men that used to go for circumcision, they used to go immediately after class 8. But right now, we do not have the 844 system. So how are you practicing circumcision to the boys?
Now, initially, last year, there was that debate between the community, Kiru community, and the elders gave a ruling and said that we don't circumcise boys because of education. There's no relationship between education and circumcision. It is different. So if you feel that you are going to circumcise your boy at class 7, the age has come. that the boy is circumcised.
So what age? What is that age?
That is from 14 years. 14 years and above. For 14 years and above, then you can circumcise the boy. But there is no connection between education and
circumcision.
That's according to the Kikuyu Council of Elders. There is no relationship between education and circumcision. Initially, even though those people went to Form 1 before they were circumcised, they went Form 1 before they were circumcised. They circumcised Form 2. But
it was a very rare.
It was rare, and it was not good because you go to high school
and
even interacting with the other boys is a problem. Even time of bathing, taking bath, then it's a problem to you because you cannot shower together with them. So it was a problem to your own child. So it is very important. During that, then we group it according to now the education, so that your boys circumcised in primary school may not respect teachers. That was what was said. So if you circumcise when you are in still primary,
you'll feel as if you're
an adult. Though you're not going to respect the teachers. So you just circumcise just from once. Teachers who are prepared to meet boys who are circumcised. But teachers in primary are not prepared to meet boys who are circumcised.
They're still dealing with small boys.
That's why now it was that issue. But currently, we are still having it. Those who are in class 8, those who are in grade 9, they are still doing it because there is no relationship between now
education and circumcision. And their parents who are still stuck, they are very confused between going the traditional way, the cultural way that you've just explained to us, and now going the modernized way. So what would be your advice?
Now, it depends with the opinion of the parent. There are those parents who see that the tradition is the best. There are those parents who are from a Christian background and they say Christianity is the best. Now, it totally depends on the parent. You cannot give a guideline and say all boys to go to the traditional way or all boys to go to Christian way. It is upon the parent himself. And you see, where is your boy going to benefit more? Where do you think your boy is going to benefit more according to what you believe? If you believe in culture, he's going to benefit more in traditional way. If you believe in Christianity, he's going to benefit in Christian way. And my dear, these elders, they go around. They also come to their churches and they talk about their tradition there. So there is no way we can say either of the sides are bad.
And even now, as the world becomes modern, what do you think is important, like a cultural aspect that should be preserved? Maybe some of the things that were done kitambo, what is that one thing that you feel like even in today's world, we still need it?
If you look at those things that we talked about, we are doing during the cultural way, they are still the same things that are done. They are still the circumcision is the same. The circumcision, even if you go to a doctor and you want your child to have that what's called igwati, atakuwekea, it is going to be put the way you want your boy to be circumcised. It's going to be circumcised the way you want, you feel. So those things that were done that particular time, apart from the circumcision of girl that has been removed, anything else is still there. The only the way of teaching them is now in a modern way. The way long time ago, before the computer came, you used to write notes. But nowadays we're not writing, we're using computer. So the way the teaching is now modernized. But it's still the same teaching.
What is the significance of kuchinja jogo after a boy is circumcised?
That one is something that have been adopted, but was not in the culture. There is nothing like that. That's why I say in the Kikuyu culture, you know, when you get somebody to come and mutiri, during that particular time, wanakula nkuku. Sini yao tu. It's like rank giving. It's like rank giving, but it is not within the culture. There was nothing like that. During the culture way, the way it was done, there was that the mixture of honey and milk that it was called gotiha. Gotiha is whereby the elder, the council of elder, the reading council of elder will take it, then will spread it. Anaweka kwa mdomo, then ana spread those boys. That's what we call gotiha.
Ana spread wapi?
Namwagilia wa boys wenye ala kudahiri. That is, yes, there's honey, and there is also the honey and sugar cane, the solution, such a solution.
From his mouth?
Yeah, from his mouth.
It's like spits on them.
Yeah. Then the boys will say, twatihirwo tumepewa the sting, you know the sting, rufua rwajuki, you know the bee, it has that stinging thing, yeah? If it's injecting you, you feel pain. Now they have been given this power and this now they are blamed before they go for circumcision.
How do you ensure that these boys heal vizuri after they've been circumcised?
It is now the responsibility now of the doctor. During that particular time, there was the medicine man who used to come with those herbs. No, there was no medicine. There was herb, mukengeria, dogomuki, and those such things. Then dogomuki, something like you feel like this, it gives powder. It's like a ikuno ni kikuyu.
Mushroom.
But it's like a plant. But if you hold at it, it gives smoke. Then they were using it to heal. So that's how they used to do it. But nowadays we're having drugs that helps the boy to heal faster. Medicine. Now they're the medicine currently.
What is the range between how long does it take for you to heal after circumcision?
It takes from 80 days.
Just like kitambo.
80 days. But it depends how your body heals after being injured. You know, the body depends. Somebody will heal within 5 days, 4 days, but it depends even the size of the penis.
Oh, really?
Yes, because if the penis is a bit larger, then the wood is larger. Those boys who goes, those small boys, they heal very fast. Within 3 days, 4 days, they are healed.
So the larger the penis, the harder it is for you to heal.
Yes, because it is the wound is bigger.
As we conclude,
yes.
There is okay? Just tell us what you're doing, maybe for the boys' side. There's an organization that you have.
Yes. Hope Q Counseling. We are counselors who have come together, and also some religious ministers whom we are trying now to bring our boys. Then after initiation, we keep on following them for a period of time. We see how they are faring, with their behavior and such things, so that we can rescue them from the use of drugs. Then we can rescue them from any responsibility, so that they become responsible men. Currently, we are talking about the men of purpose. Then they became men of purpose. Because in this world, if you don't have a purpose, then you become other people's purpose. You know, you cannot stay like that. You are going to be used by somebody.
That's true.
So you must learn to use yourself in a right way. So we are Hope Q counselors, and we are carrying out that particular initiative whereby we are taking boys, helping them, circumcising them. We use a medical doctor who comes and do everything, then keeps on visiting them with the counselors, and also religious ministers comes and minister to them and talks about the religious issues. Counselors talk about them. We also ask the council of elders to send one person to talk about the culture, so that they are oriented in all aspects in their life.
Maybe what is your final word to the boys who are now transitioning, because we are in that season?
Yes.
For the boys who are transitioning from being boys to men, what can you tell them?
At this particular time, I want them to be men of purpose. So now you become a man. Know that the world needs strong men who can fight. The world goes for number one. Even if you ask a question, who is the president of Uganda, everybody tell you Museveni. If I ask you the deputy president, everybody will be quiet. Because the world goes for
number one.
And for you to survive in this world, you have to conquer the world from your own perspective. Being man of purpose. Learn to respect, be ready to learn, and be ready to move on. And to accept the situation the way it is. And also to understand whom you are and what you can do better. Not to compete with the world, but to compete with the person you were yesterday to be a better person today. To compete, not to compete with everyone, because you cannot compete with everybody, because you don't have the same personality. You are not of the same person. You are different to each and every person. Everybody is an individual. So learn to individualize. Be an individual. And fight the fight as individual. And you're going to win. Yeah, you're going to win. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else that you'd want to add?
maybe for the viewers who will be viewing, maybe I can give me my number.
Yes.
So that and where they can get me. My name is Albert Mwangi, and I'm a cancer psychologist. My number is 0724 069 433. You can get me in Thika Town, opposite main stage, Arikabati building, second floor. Yes, 0724 069 433 is my number. Yeah.
Thank you. What an insightful conversation. I think I've gotten a better understanding of how circumcision was done culturally and how we're doing it in today's world. But my takeaway is 3 P's that every man should have. Protect, provide, and profess. So, dear viewers, please make sure that you heed to that advice. But continue watching, continue engaging with us. If you found this conversation useful, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms at Parents Africa. Please subscribe, please like, please share with your friends, your family. Let's keep this conversation going. My name is Jambi Gaido. This is Parents Africa, where we care for you and your family. Until next time, goodbye.